my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. I'm Monica, and today we are back at it. It is time for my next declutter. I do these about once a year. My last one was almost a year ago at this point, and it is that time again. I go through every single one of the categories of makeup I have, and we declutter them all together. It breaks down into 3 separate videos. So first we'll do face, and then eyes will be the next video, and then we'll do lips. And that way I'm able to really go through each part of my collection, like each category, and kind of give you mini reviews while I determine whether or not I want to keep a product or declutter a product. Last year I did it to where I was cutting out products that maybe I liked or even loved, just because I didn't find myself reaching for them, or I didn't love them as much as other products that I used quite frequently. And that's the same theme in this year's declutter, because I really liked how I did that one. It just made it so much easier to kind of really put pressure on myself, pretty much, to be like, will I actually use this enough to justify keeping it in my collection, or is it time to pass it on, give it to somebody else? Is it time to throw it away? You know, there's stuff that's been in my collection for a while that definitely needs to be just tossed in the trash. I'm just really overwhelmed when I look at my collection right now. I don't feel inspired to use makeup. I feel overwhelmed, and it just makes it hard to kind of absorb what I'm looking at when there is just so much. Plus, I'm not really a clutter person. Like, I don't like clutter at all. So ideally, I'd like to cut my collection down to about half, if not to half, at least almost halfway. Even though a lot of my channel is based on beauty and new launches and makeup, there is a point where it's just too much, even for somebody like me who does this. And I know there are people who have bigger collections than me. Obviously, most people have way smaller collections, so just a warning, it's pretty overwhelming. But I am not that person that can hold on to that much stuff, even though I love makeup. So we're gonna cut it down. We're gonna go through each product, and you're gonna help me virtually decide whether or not something gets kicked to the curb or is kept in my collection. Today we are tackling face makeup, which will be foundations, concealers, powders, bronzers, blush, and highlight. If I didn't mention, also primers. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started, and let's see if I'm able to cut down my face makeup collection into about half. So these are the drawers we're tackling today. This one in particular is very overwhelming. For somebody who didn't used to like bronzer, blush, and highlight, I have so many different options now, and that needs to change. This one gives me a little bit of anxiety, but I definitely think this is where I'm gonna declutter the most. But we're gonna declutter some stuff from here as well. We'll start off with foundation, then move to concealer, and then we'll go to like powder, blush, bronzer, highlight, so on and so forth. So yeah, I'm excited to tackle these because it's just, yeah, this is too much clutter for somebody who hates clutter. All right, so I've got all my foundations laid out here, and I'm just gonna start from over here and make my way over here. Then we'll start over here, and then, of course, that's how it's gonna go. I'm gonna go from left to right. And so let's just go ahead and get started. I do only have one of the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wears. Last Declutter Series, I had like 6 backups, and I got a little roasted in the comments. I mean, I totally understand. I did end up using all of those, so they didn't go bad. I was able to use all of them, so that's great, but I only have one of these now. I do want to pick up my self-tan shade because I'm going to start self-tanning a lot more, and I want that to be available. But for right now, I do have just this one. It's one of my favorite foundations of all time, so of course I'm going to keep it. Then I've got the L'Oreal True Match Nude Foundation, or skin tint. I was really enjoying this until another skin tint came out, so I'm actually gonna declutter these. I'm gonna take the pumps I have off of them though and put them on the skin tint I want to keep. These are fine, but the other skin tint is just miles and miles better, so I want to pass these on to somebody before they go bad. These are relatively new. I would say they're probably about 4 or 5 months old. So, well, no, they're probably actually older than that. They should be good to pass on. I'll double check before I pass them on, but I do think they'll be fine. They just have been sitting in my drawer though since that other skin tint came out, so it's time to say goodbye, but I am going to keep the pumps. And I'll link the pumps, by the way, in the description box so you guys can get them. They fit this foundation and also the next one I'm going to talk about. So yeah, but decluttering these. So the skin tint I fell in love with that has since replaced the L'Oreal True Match Nude is the Maybelline Superstay skin tint. It's just better. This is way too dark. I ordered it online thinking it was going to be a better shade match for my like self-tan shade, and it looked way lighter online, but it's actually really dark. But I am going to keep it because I just end up mixing it with this. and that'll be fine. I'll just purchase a different shade for my self tanner next time, but I am going to keep both of these, and I'm going to put the pumps on these because the droppers aren't terrible on these, but I just don't love droppers. They're just really messy. This is one of the most amazing drugstore skin tans, foundations, whatever you want it to be. It's truly so versatile and great. I love it just as much as my L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear. Those are my 2 all-time favorite foundations. I love them more than any high-end foundation, so that should tell you something. This is a high-end foundation. I really enjoy the House Labs one. I have it in my light shade, my fair shade, and then my self-tan shade. These are identical in how they apply to the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear. I actually talked about them in a dupe video last year. Not the exact same ingredients, but the exact same finish, and how they apply is identical. I do really enjoy these. I am going to finish them up because I'm just about done with both of them. I feel like you can kind of see that through the bottle, but I don't know if I'd repurchase them simply because I have the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear, but I highly suggest this foundation if you are a high-end lover or you just love Lady Gaga. It really is. It's a very, very, very good high-end foundation. The Hourglass Ambient Soft Glow Foundation is beautiful. I've recommended it since it came out. I really love it. I'm almost done with it. I am gonna keep it so I can finish it up, but honestly, because I love the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear and the Maybelline Skin Tint so much, I just don't see me repurchasing this one because it's so much more expensive than those. They're not like similar in formulas. They give a similar finish to the skin. I wouldn't say that those are dupes for this one. I would just say those are better, but I have loved this one since it came out, and I do recommend it still. I just don't see myself repurchasing it. Gonna finish it off. It's just about done, so I will put it in my next empties video most likely because I'm to the very bottom, even though you can't even really tell through this bottle. The About Face Performer Foundation is so good. I just love the doe foot. I think it is so much fun. It's not like super innovative, like people have been putting doe foots on foundations for a bit, like especially like Alicia Keys brand. The Keys Soul Care brand, I believe, has like a skin tint similar to this format. I love this foundation though. It's like 20 to 22 bucks if I'm remembering right. I will continue using this. It's kind of up for debate if I would buy it again because it's still just a little bit more expensive than the L'Oreal and Maybelline one, but I do highly recommend it, and I'm a huge Halsey fan, so I could see myself repurchasing it just because I like her as well, but I do like it outside of the fact that I am a Halsey fan. And if you're somebody who has drier skin but you don't want a foundation that's super, super glowy to where it falls into any like lines or anything like that, this is a great option. So you may be wondering why this foundation is in a bag. It's because it's leaking everywhere. I opened my drawer one day and it was all over everything. So I am gonna declutter this. I talked about this in my latest dupes video. These are the exact same. They have like very similar claims, being like skincare foundations. And I love this, by the way. This is the NARS Light Reflecting one, in case you're wondering. And as you can see, this is the Revlon Illuminance. I'm gonna be honest, this bottle is prettier. But also it doesn't leak, so I'm gonna keep this one, declutter this one. I'm just throwing this one away because nobody's gonna want this exploded bottle of foundation. The Juvia's Place I Am Magic Radiance Foundation is beautiful. I made it into my favorites last year. I am just about done with it, so I'm gonna finish it up and I'm gonna put it in my next empties video. I do really enjoy it, but I will say when the Maybelline Skin Tint came out, that one kind of went over this one. The Maybelline Skin Tint, since I've been using that one since I posted that video, and I've been using this one, that one just beats this out because it's exactly what this one is, except it doesn't have a fragrance, and this one smells like straight up fake watermelon, which I hate. I can get over it, but since the Maybelline Skin Tint does almost exactly what this one does, but slightly better, I would not repurchase this because the scent alone really turns me off. But I do really like it, and if you're somebody who like that doesn't really bother you or you actually enjoy the smell of fake watermelon, then this is great. I mean, it's beautiful, and the packaging, of course, is out of this world. Like, Juvia's Place always kills it with their packaging. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep this, finish it up, put it in my empties video, and probably won't repurchase it. So this one I'm kind of in a similar boat with. I'm just about done with it. Kind of in the same part of the bottle that I'm at in the Juvia's Place one. So I'm gonna finish this one up and put it in my empties video. Don't see myself repurchasing it because I have loved this one for years. I recommend it every time it's in the Ulta sale, and I stand by those recommendations. But honestly, it's just, it's fine, but the drugstore has been killing it with their launches, and I just don't feel the need to go repurchase this one after I'm done with it, although I love the purple color. This is the Fenty Eavesdrop Foundation. This is the original formula. I have raved and raved about the stick foundation, which we'll get to in a little bit, but this one
is just, it gives the same finish as the stick foundation does, but it's harder to get there and it breaks me out. I adore the bottle though. It's very compact, perfect for travel, so cute. But I'm gonna declutter this one because honestly, it breaks me out, or it clogs my pores. Like, it doesn't give me huge cystic breakouts, but it definitely clogs my pores. And I've actually heard that it's not great for acne-prone skin. For some reason, the stick foundation doesn't break me out, so I don't understand what's going on there. But this one does, so I'm gonna pass it on. This is one of the foundations that got the NARS foundation all over it, so it is so nasty looking. I actually really like this. This is the Typology Serum Tint. It is beautiful. I'm about, I would say, a third through this. I want to finish it up because it's really nice for my self-tan shade. This doesn't come in enough shades. I think it comes in like maybe 5 or 6, which is a little ridiculous. But this shade is far too dark for my fair skin, but it works really nicely for my self-tan, and I love the finish it gives. It has like this beautiful gel texture. So I'm gonna finish it up. Would I repurchase it? Unsure, but I do like it enough to keep it now. So this is the Ellen Tracy Advanced Hydrating Foundation. Thomas actually got this as a as a stocking stuffer for Christmas. I've tried it, and sadly, it did break me out. I think the bottle is beautiful though. Like, I love the purple shade, and I'm sad that it breaks me out because it was so cute that he got it for me, and I really had high hopes, but I am gonna have to declutter it because it breaks me out. So if this doesn't indicate how I feel about this, I don't know what will, but that is from it sitting in my drawer and me not using it. This is the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Serum Skin Tint. I hate this. So many people seem to love this, but I think it's terrible. It sits on top of my skin terribly. It does not go over my nose well. My nose is like a problem area, so that's always kind of a test, but it's pretty expensive, and I don't love the shade anyway. Let me like shake it up so you can kind of see. Like, the shade's just a little bit too light for my fair skin, and that throws me off anyway, but also the formula is not great. Like, I wouldn't want to go out and get the correct shade for me because I just don't love the formula. I would say pass. People seem to like it, but as a dry skin, acne prone person, this doesn't go over dry skin well. This doesn't go over acne well. I don't like it at all. The number 7 Hydra Luminous. This is something, did I get this in New York or something? I think I did. I really wanted to like this, and I just didn't. It fell really short. It sat on top of the skin weird. It just did not look nice. So because of that, I don't reach for it at all. I've used it once. It sat on top of the skin, and I felt like for something that is supposed to be like a skin perfector and look maybe a little bit more natural, it definitely looked like I was wearing makeup. So I'm gonna declutter it. Maybe somebody else will like it. So I've got the Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator here. I've got it in my fair shade, which is, I believe, fair. Where is it on this bottle? Yes, fair, and I've got it in light. This is actually a self-tan shade. I really enjoy these. Do I need to keep them? I do really enjoy them. They're great for dry skin, and I totally suggest them, especially because I think they're like $6 or something. I do think I am going to keep them. I need to pull them out and use them more now. I do kind of wish they had SPF in them because they give that vibe that they may, but they don't. So yeah, I'm going to keep these. If I don't use them frequently in the next declutter, or by the next declutter, I will get rid of these. But I do really like this. I just need to pay more attention to it. It's kind of what happens when you have so much makeup. Like, you forget about the things that you enjoy, and so, yeah. All right, the Essence Pretty Natural Foundation. I had a little scare with this. I love this so much. It's $6, and it really is amazing, but I did think it was being discontinued for a hot minute there. Like, last Declutter Series, I believe I said something along the lines of like, I don't know if this is being discontinued or not because it's on Essence's website, but it didn't used to be, but now it is again, but I can't find it on Ulta or anywhere else. You can get it on Amazon, and it is available on Essence's website, so it's not discontinued, at least not yet. I don't need both of these though. They're the exact same shade. I kind of like freaked out and socked up a little bit because I was like, what if this is discontinued? Like, I love this so much. So I'm gonna get rid of one of these. And I think one of these is unopened, which will be the one I get rid of so somebody else can maybe use it. Okay, that's the one that's opened. Yeah, this one's not been opened, so I'm gonna pass this one on so somebody else can use it, and I'm gonna keep this one. I absolutely love this foundation though, it's so beautiful. Okay, so is this not the cutest little foundation bottle ever? This is from Be Pure. I tried this out in a Dollar Tree makeup video. Be Pure is such a home run brand. It's the tiniest bottle. It is little less than half an ounce at 0.41, but still for a full ounce, it's still, I think it's like, would be like $3.25 or something like that. So I am going to keep this. It's great for my self-tan shade. I don't know if I'd repurchase it simply because I do have other ones, but if I were in a pinch and I was like, I don't want to spend a ton of money, like if I forgot foundation on a trip or something, I would run to the Dollar Tree and get this. It really is so beautiful. It's dewy, it's beautiful on the skin, and it's great for my self-tan shade. This is in the shade Nude. Of course, like with a lot of brands that you can get at the Dollar Tree, I wish that they had a full shade range. A lot of times it's hit or miss if you can track down the shade that's for you, but I do really enjoy this foundation, so I am going to keep it. This is the Purito Cica Clearing BB Cream. These were in boxes last declutter. I really liked this for a while, but I have not reached for it, and that's not fair to the product. It is a beautiful product, but I have other things I use in lieu of this, so I'm gonna pass both of these on because they are closed and everything, and they have, like, not even the seal has been broken on the bottle. And so I think my sister-in-law likes this, and so I'll let her grab these if she wants. Love it, just haven't reached for it, and it's just been sitting there, and it needs to be used and loved. So this is the Peach Slices Redness Relief Color Correcting Moisturizer. This is really neat. If you can kind of see, it's green and it turns into skin tone shade. My friend Melissa recommended it, who heard from her friend Sarah. It's been passed down the line to try this out, and I really enjoy it. I think it's like 18 bucks, so it's a little higher in price, but for I think the Arborian CC cream, this green and like changes into skin tone is significantly more, so who knows, this could be a dupe. I could try them and let you know, I'm not sure, but I love this. This is great if you are like, I need to throw something on my face, I haven't had much sleep, I've got a lot of discoloration, and I need something that will make me look better. This is great. You can put a sheer layer on and just kind of even everything out, or you can put like a light to medium layer on or kind of build it up, and it provides such nice coverage. It's beautiful. I really do enjoy this. This is the Seal, I don't know how to pronounce this brand, somebody help me out, but this is the Seal, or however you pronounce it, Tint and Protect. This is a new favorite of mine. I just purchased it in the Sephora sale. It's a little misleading because you like have this cap and you think you're gonna open it to a pump, which I would love, but it's actually a squeezy thing. The squeezy thing is fine, like the little, why can't I think of this word? Is it squeezy tube? No, the dropper, my gosh. It's fine, but I would prefer a pump on this. I love a nice foundation type product with SPF, like a tinted sunscreen, tinted serum. It's one of my favorite things to pull out in all seasons, to be honest, because my skin gets so dry in the winter that I need something that may have a little bit more dew to it. And also in the summer, it's just nice to have that extra layer of protection. So I love this. Gonna keep it. It is pretty pricey, but I love it. And honestly, I'm kind of a sucker for the emerald green ombre thing we got going on here. So this is a mini of the Elastin Skincare. This is a mini of the Elastin Skincare tinted sunscreen. I love this. I'm just about done with a full bottle I'm using, and this one was a free gift with purchase with a moisturizer I bought that I love, so I'm gonna keep this. It's so cute. I really wonder if I could like unscrew it. I don't want to unscrew it now and mess with it, but if I was able to like unscrew this and keep this to like refill for travel, that'd be great. I have a trip coming up and I'm definitely gonna want to take this, and it'll be so much better that it's tiny. So yeah, love this. Wish it came in more shades. It comes in one shade and it only matches my self-tan skin. So when I use it when I'm fair, I have to mix it with like a white sunscreen, but still it's beautiful. Just come out with more shades, come on. I've got 2 of the Tower 28 Sunny Days Broad Spectrum Tinted Sunscreen. I have this in the shade Melrose, that's my fair shade, and then I have it in the shade Ocean Park, and that's my self-tan shade. Love these. First of all, the bottle is so cute. I love the cute purple. I'm a sucker for purple. If you know, you know it's one of my favorite colors. It is my favorite tinted sunscreen that comes in so many different shades. It's actually not horribly priced for the fact that Tower 28 is considered a higher end brand, although I would say that overall Tower 28's prices are pretty good. I will be taking this most likely on that trip I just mentioned to actually wear as makeup. I love using this as makeup. So the CoverGirl Essence, this I did when I first bought it. I was so shocked by the price. It was like 22 bucks. I did end up finding it closer to 16 on Amazon and stuff like that, so you can get it for cheaper, and I think Target sells it for cheaper as well. I sadly love this. By sadly, I mean I can't believe I love a drugstore product that is so pricey. I do want to try it against the Chanel Le Beige, or however you pronounce that. I can't speak French, as you can tell, but whatever this is duping, I want to try it against and see if it is in fact a dupe. But I do love this. It's so, so pretty. And this is nice to just kind of like even out your skin tone without providing a ton of coverage, but you can build it up as well. So it's really, really nice. The Basma Stick Foundation is gorgeous. I love this, but it comes with a caveat, and it will be the reason I declutter it. I believe Basma was created by somebody who wants makeup to specifically cover up scars, like burn scars, if I'm remembering right. So this is so beautiful on the skin, but it breaks me out so badly, like cystic breakouts on my chin and on my jawline. So I'm going down to declutter it, and I hate it. This is the most gorgeous tube I've ever seen, or whatever you want to call it. It's got a magnetic closure, like when you let it go, like it goes down. But I'm gonna have to declutter it. A stick foundation that does not break me out that I love, which I kind of mentioned a little bit earlier, is the Fenty Beauty Eavesdrop Stick Foundation. For some reason, this one does not break me out. I just dropped that on the floor. How nice. The regular version of this that I just decluttered does break me out, so I don't understand why that is, because this one does not. It is so beautiful on the skin. Frankly, I think that this one is just way easier to work with anyway. So yeah, I think this is the 4th repurchase. I need to go find my self-tan shade as well, which I don't know what it is. For my regular shade, like my fair shade, I have the shade 3, but I need to go figure out what my self-tan shade is, because I will not be able to live without this when I'm self-tan. Like, I need an easy peasy product that goes on so quickly and easily. This is gorgeous. If I'm like in a pinch or I don't want to deal with liquids, this is what I reach for. It's so great. I guess, did I say earlier, I said earlier that the L'Oreal and Maybelline foundations and skin tint, I said that those were better than any high-end. That's not true. They are amazing and better than any other liquid foundation that is high-end, but this one I love just as much as those, and I reach for sometimes over those because it's so easy to use and I don't have to get foundation, like liquid foundation out. So yeah, I love this. So as you can see, we have quite a lot of the Danessa Murex Yummy Skin Balms. I have it in the shade 1, which this is the one I've used, and the one I lost for a second. Don't know where I don't even remember where I lost it, but when I lost it, I picked it up again in the shade 1. This one though has not been touched, and so what I'm gonna do is declutter this so somebody else can love it. I did get it in a darker shade for when I'm self-tan, because this is just so good if you want to even out your skin tone. I'm very into like balmy and stick kind of products, so I love these. Gonna keep them. This is the L'Oreal Age Perfect Tinted Balm. I had just gotten this in last year's declutter, or no, maybe I hadn't just gotten this, but it still had the packing on it and I never tried it. Anyway, since then I've opened it, tried it, did not like it. It's very heavy on my skin, and so I've used it once and was over it. Going to declutter it. This is the Patrick Ta, I never can remember how to open these, foundation. I do enjoy this. I haven't really used much of the powder. I just haven't really paid much attention to this, and I need to pay more attention because it would be great to travel with. So I'm gonna keep this, try to use this more. If I don't get a ton of use out of it, up until my next Declutter series, I'll probably declutter it then, but I really need to show it some love. All right, so now I'm to concealers and correctors. So I've got these up here, the Catrice True Skin Concealer. Love this, have it in 2 of my fair shades, the shade Cool Cashmere, and then 1 of my self-tan shade, Neutral Biscuit. Of course, I'm not gonna be decluttering these. It's $7 and it's amazing. So the Natasha Denona High Glam Concealer is beautiful. I finally caved and picked it up during the Sephora sale. The Doe Foot is beautiful. This is a gorgeous concealer. I can see why it's so hyped up. I don't know if I'd repurchase it again because the Catrice True Skin is just so good and $7. So yeah, but I'm gonna keep this for now because I do really love it and I'm really enjoying it. So I recently tried this out in a video. This is the L'Oreal True Match concealer. I think the Radiant Serum Concealer. So the doe foot on this is really neat. It's very firm, but it's got this beautiful curve and it has a lot of potential, but this is the thinnest concealer and I find I just do not like that. And pretty much since that video, I've used it a couple of times to like just make sure I don't like it, but I don't like it. And it's pretty new, so I'm gonna pass it on, see if somebody else will enjoy it. I'm just not a thinner concealer consistency kind of person. I don't love full coverage. I love like a medium feel with medium coverage, and this is just not that. So yeah, it's not really my speed. I'm gonna pass it on. So the NYX Bear With Me concealer, I actually got this as a gift with purchase, which was really cool. Ulta is killing it in that. I do really love the packaging here. I think that it is so neat. I don't know why. I sometimes keep like boxes and like random stickers on things. I don't know why I do that. Even way after I've opened them, it's weird. I am going to continue using this. I wouldn't say it's my favorite concealer, but I do really like it, and so I'm going to keep using it because I haven't had it that long, and I do like it enough to continue using it. Along with the theme of this video, if I haven't used this enough by the next time I declutter, it will be going, but it is really pretty. But the Catrice one is just, it has my heart, truly. It really does, but yeah, we'll keep it for now. This is the Be Pure Hydrating Under Eye Concealer. I really like this. Like I said, the Be Pure line is really nice. I'm not a squeezy concealer type of person. This is a nice formula. By the way, I tried this in that Dollar Tree makeup video as well. I just don't reach for this format. It's so easy to overuse it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and declutter it. Maybe somebody else will enjoy it. It's a nice formula, but I do like one of the other ones from the Dollar Tree a little bit more. So this is the Neutrogena Radiant Cream Concealer. I recently tried this because I've heard so many people talking about this. It's fine. I mean, is it amazing? Not really. It's got a very typical doe foot, which is fine, but the formula is not overwhelming. I do wonder if it's a dupe for the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, so I want to keep it to test it out against that because I'm always looking for dupes, but probably after that, I doubt I would keep it. I think I'd probably declutter it regardless of if it were a dupe for that or not. So this is the Colfi Concealer Main Match Concealer. I don't know if I've ever said the name of what this is. I kept this in last year's declutter. This is a very unknown brand, and I do like this concealer, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I have not reached for it a ton at all. So I want to declutter it because it's still got some life in it, and I want somebody to love it and use it while it's still good. So I'm going to declutter it because, I mean, it's fine, but I just don't reach for it. So the Flower Beauty Get Real Concealer, I decluttered this last year because I had the wrong shade, so I got an updated shade. And I'm going to be honest with you, it's fine. Like, the shade match helped a little bit with my feelings on it, but it's just not up to par with the rest, and it's kind of expensive in comparison to like other drugstore concealers. I think this is like 13 bucks, so it's a little up there in price. Love the packaging of it. I think it's really cool. It's like a squeezy tube and a doe foot, so that's pretty cool, but I'm gonna declutter this. I literally just tested these out against each other because, as you can see, these are so similar in packaging. This is the Candy Moyo concealer that I got from the Dollar Tree that I love, and I wanted to see if it was a dupe for the Neutrogena Skin Clearing Concealer. It is very similar. I did cleared for the quote dupability, as I was rating things by dupability in that video. And I believe this one got an A, not an A+, but an A. This one does have treatment in it. It's got salicylic acid. This one doesn't, so something to be said for that. But they're very similar in the way they look. They're great for spot concealing as well as under the eyes. I'm gonna keep this one and get rid of this one though, because this tone, oops, this shade is better for my skin tone, and this one's just a little bit too warm. So get rid of this, keep this one. So I've got some stick concealers here. This is the Revlon Photo Ready. This was my favorite stick concealer for a long time, but it has since been replaced. It is nice. I've had it for a while though, so it'd probably be time to get rid of it anyway, like throw it away, so that's what I do. It's fine, but the next stick concealer is better, so I'm gonna declutter this one. This is the NYX Pro Fix Stick Concealer. I love this. So creamy, so beautiful. It is so nice, and I reach for this quite often. You can blend it out with a sponge, you can blend it out with a brush, you can blend it out with your fingers. All of them look so smooth, and it has such nice coverage. Definitely medium, and you could definitely build it up a little bit if you wanted to, but I love this. It's also nice for spot concealing, so I'm gonna keep this. This is the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer. I use this to spot conceal. This is my second one that I'm working through. I've loved it for a while though, but these last forever. I am definitely going to keep this. It's so great for under makeup, or under foundation, to conceal first, because then you'll end up using less foundation over like breakouts or scarring, and I love it so much. I have not found a concealer from the drugstore that competes, unfortunately, so I do pay the high dollar for this, but I love it. Alright, so as you can tell, I have far too many color correctors and under eye correctors, so I need to pare this down. All of these survived last year's declutter, and I do love color correctors so much, so I didn't want to break up with any of them. and that needs to change. So let's go ahead. I want to get rid of most of these. I already have an idea of the ones I want to keep and the ones I want to get rid of, so let's just go ahead and tackle these. This is the Bobbi Brown stick color corrector, so it's supposed to be like their potted one in a stick. It's the same, I mean, it really is, but I don't need both of these. And I'm gonna be honest with you, when I reach for one or the other, I always reach for this one, so I'm gonna keep this one. Can I get this open to show you? I can't get it open, hold on. All right, there we go. So as you can see, like it's the exact same. I mean, the texture's the same, and the shade is the same. So I'm gonna keep the potted one, get rid of the stick version because I do not need both, and it's time to wish some of these goodbye. The Ulta Beauty in-house brand is beautiful. For the most part, I love so many of their products. I really do enjoy this stick, but I haven't reached for it since the last declutter, and so because of that, it does not deserve a place in here anymore. Or what I should say actually is that it deserves to be passed on to be loved by somebody else. It is pretty though, and I really enjoy it, but I just don't reach for it over the other ones I love. So this one I'm gonna keep. This is the Milani Supercharged Under Eye Corrector. I do have it in the second darkest, like the middle shade. I think there's only 3 shades of this. It definitely could stand to be broadened in the shade range, but I have this in peach. I love this, it's beautiful. This is something where I'm good with a squeezy tube because I love the formula so much, so the format of it does not bother me. So I'm gonna keep this. I truly believe I would never declutter this unless I needed to replace it because of the age of it, but this is the Charlotte Tilbury Under Eye Corrector. I use it so frequently and I still have yet to hit pan. It looks almost identical to last year's declutter of it, so that's pretty funny. I would never declutter this because I do love it so much. Honestly, it's probably my all-time favorite under eye corrector and the Shining product from Charlotte Tilbury's line. Another one I really enjoy is this Sigma one. I love that it has 2 different shades, a little bit darker, a little bit lighter. This is my second favorite under eye corrector of all of the ones I've tried, which is quite a few as you can see. And so I am gonna keep this one. I also love Sigma's packaging. They just always kill it. So since last year's declutter, I really haven't used this very much. It's a little bit stiffer than the Charlotte Tilbury one. It's a nice like shade and formula, but truthfully next to the Sigma one and the Charlotte Tilbury one, I do not reach for it. And even some of these other ones here, I do not reach for it, so I'm gonna pass it on. I've got a couple of the e.l.f. putty color correctors. I have it in this lighter shade, which is, I believe, the lightest shade they have, and I have it in this darker shade. I am going to keep the darker shade because I don't really have a darker shade, and I like this formula a lot. It's really pretty. So I'm going to keep the darker shade. The lighter shade I'm going to get rid of because it's pretty much identical in shade and kind of how it works as the Sigma and Charlotte Tilbury one. So I don't need all of them, and I like those just a little bit better than this. So I'm going to get rid of the lighter one, but I am going to keep the deeper one. All right, I do want to keep this because I love it. This is the Catrice Under Eye Brightener. It is beautiful. You can get it on Amazon, and I love it so much, almost as much as I love the Charlotte Tilbury one and the Sigma one, so I want to keep this one. I like it better than the e.l.f. one, by the way, but it only comes in this one shade, so you kind of know. But I do think it could probably work for those with like deeper skin tones, because I've seen people who are tanner than me, like significantly tanner than me, use this and it looks beautiful. So something to be said for that. It is a dupe for the Becca. This is the Becca Smashbox one. This was loved for so long. This looks disgusting. This is how it came, and this is how most of them look. I just think it's the formula. But it's not bad or anything. I am gonna declutter this one though because I don't need the dupe and the Becca one, and honestly I reach for the dupe more. And then this is the Makeup Revolution Eye Bright Corrector. I had not tried this in last year's declutter or before last year's declutter, so I kept it. It was like literally brand new when I got it. I like this fine, and I love the amount of product that comes in here, but I don't like it as much as the other ones I'm keeping, either from the drugstore or high-end, so I'm gonna pass this on because I do think somebody would really like this. Okay, I feel like I did pretty good on like cutting my corrector collection in half. All right, so here we've got primers. I want to get rid of a good amount of these because I just don't reach for a lot of these, and I can go ahead and tell you that, gosh, okay, we've got so many Essence primers here. We've got the Hydro Hero Primer, never reach for it, going to declutter it. Then I've got the Essence Skin Love & Sensitive Skin Primer. Never use it, never reach for it. Not to say it's bad, same to be said for the first one I just discussed. I don't think they're bad, I just never reach for either of those. And then I never reach for the redness reducer primer either from Essence. As you can see, they're all pretty much full bottles. Like, look at all of this. Like this, they all are pretty much full, so somebody could really score, because these are really nice primers, but I just don't reach for them over the ones that I love, so there's no reason for me to keep them in my collection. So getting rid of all of those. This is the Be Pure Essentially Ageless Primer. This is, of course, another Dollar Tree find. So beautiful, but it smells like strawberry yogurt, which makes me sick. I hate that. So I'm gonna declutter it. It is really nice though, and does a beautiful job of prepping your skin for foundation, and honestly just gives your skin a nice hydrated but very velvety smooth look. It's a nice, very unique texture, and I really enjoy it, and I wish it didn't smell the way it did, because I hate the smell, and that's what turns me off, and that's what's going to force me to declutter it. Then we've got the Formula 10.0.6 Hold Tight Vitamin B Smoothing Daily Primer with licorice root and aloe vera. This is actually from the Pop Shelf store. Thomas is so cute. He likes to buy me stuff to try because he knows how much I love to try new things. So this is something he got for me. I have not tried this yet, so I definitely want to. They kill it with their packaging. It's very inexpensive, and I've tried two things from this brand, both skincare type things as opposed to a more makeup product, and I really enjoyed them. One was the retinol, I think it was like a retinol mask. I'm trying to remember the name. I really liked it though. It was really nice, and it was good for sensitive skin. And I've also been using their retinol eye cream, which is really nice as well, so I'm excited to give this a try. Okay, so I've got two of the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primers. This one is just about used up, so I'm gonna keep both of these. This is my favorite pore filler primer. I just, it's the best. It really, really is. I just put these against each other head to head in my Dollar Tree dupes video, and I actually really enjoy both of these. They make my skin look beautiful, but to be honest, I can still return this, so I'm going to. Look how cute that is. So I'm gonna return the Glow Recipe Dewdrops, and I'm actually gonna keep the Be Pure because this is beautiful. Not the biggest fan of the smell really on either one of these. This one smells like watermelon bubblegum, and this one smells like cucumber watermelon. I just don't love fragrance on my face, but that's just kind of the cards we're dealt here. But I mean, look at that bottle. For $1.25, go Be Pure. So now we're to like glowier primers. This is the Auric Glow Lust Radiant Luminizer. This, of course, went viral a couple of years back. This is Samantha Ravindall's brand. I really do like this. I haven't used it a ton though, so I think I'm gonna keep it to try it out and just see kind of how I feel, because I recently got it like as of last year, like the tail end of last year, and just have not been using it a ton. So I'm gonna try it out, see kind of how I feel, and that'll determine if I end up keeping it for good or if I end up decluttering it in the next declutter. So the Say Glowy Super Gel, I have this in the mini, which I love having the mini because it's so travel friendly and it takes forever to go through it. This is a little bit more of a watery texture as compared to like the Auric one. I am gonna keep this because I do want to use it in my upcoming on my upcoming vacation. I believe I'll probably take this with me because it's so nice. So I'm gonna keep this. This is actually a dupe for that, the Uoma by Sharon C Prime to Glow. However, I don't need both, and so I think I'm gonna declutter this one. I didn't get very much there for a swatch, but I think I got it. Well, now I need to get a little bit more. It's very similar, especially, there we go. You can kind of see like the watery texture there. I really do enjoy this one. It's $6. You can get it from Walmart. So I would suggest getting this one over the Say Super Glowy Gel or whatever. But yeah, I just don't need both. So I'm going to declutter this one. It is that time. I need to get rid of these. They break me out. They clog my pores. I have a better alternative. And the shade range is quite abysmal. They just released, I mean, not just, I feel like it was probably about 7 months ago now. They released a lighter version, like a lighter shade, and it's still too dark and it's still too warm. Yeah, it's good. It's a good alternative to the Charlotte Tilbury one, but it does break me out. So if you have acne-prone skin, keep that in mind. I didn't know if it did, but then I used it pretty exclusively and didn't change anything else in my skincare or makeup routine, and my skin started breaking out. So gotta declutter those. I'm going to keep the Catrice Soft Glam Filter. This is a better alternative to the e.l.f. one. It's a better shade. It does not break me out. I actually think the packaging is a little bit cuter and a little bit more sleek. It's also cheaper than the e.l.f. one. You can get it on Amazon. And yeah, I do really like this one and have really been enjoying it. I could see myself getting
a darker shade as well for summer.
So the time has come to pass these on as well. Same sort of deal as what I was dealing with the e.l.f. Halo Glow. I bought these way long ago when they first came out, and I ended up decluttering them because I was like, I just don't pick them up very much, and I kind of feel like they're clogging my pores, so I got rid of them. I repurchased them again, and I have them in 2 different shades because I kind of like to mix them to get a correct shade, because this one is too light. It makes me look a little washed out, and this one's too dark, so I like to mix them. But as I started to use them more consistently and more frequently, I realized that yes, these do in fact break me out. And I've actually heard that drugstore illuminators have pore clogging ingredients, so it's very common for them to break people out, especially those who have acne prone skin. So I do run into that. I hate that because I do think this is really beautiful. The Burt's Bees, the Illuminizer, I kept this one in last year's declutter. I was really enjoying it and really liking it. You can apply it under foundation. It's kind of like a primer. You can apply it over as like a highlighter, and I do enjoy it, but I just haven't reached for it much since then, so I need to declutter it and see if somebody else will enjoy it. It's fine, but I do like the Catrice one better and the Say Glow one better, and I want to try the Auric one a little bit more too, so I just don't need all of them, especially if I haven't reached for this one very much since the last Declutter series. Lastly, as you can see, I have 2 of the NYX Plump Right Back primers. This is the one that's open. This is the one that is my backup, and I'm going to keep both of them. I love this. It's my favorite gripping primer of all time, better than the e.l.f. Power Grip, better than the Milk Hydra Grip. It's just that good. It's pretty expensive for a drugstore brand. It's like 17 bucks or something, but honestly, I would pay high-end price for this, so 17 bucks is not terrible for the fact that I would invest even more in it if I needed to. So I love it. Also, I love the package. I love a nice neon moment. All right, so I have powder foundations and powders here. I use powder foundation as setting powder for the most part, or like, you know, like a regular powder, so I didn't put them in the regular foundations for that reason. There is one powder foundation that I strictly use as powder foundation, and it's the J-Cat Aquassurance powder foundation. I love this. I've got this in 2 different shades. This is my deeper shade right here. As you can see, I use it a lot less because I'm not self-tanned very much. Oops. Throughout the year. I always drop stuff. But this is in the shade Natural, in case you're wondering, and then I have 2 in my regular shade. This is in the shade Ivory. Like, this is my fair skin shade. Honestly, I think I'm going to... I know it's not fully empty, but this has been open for like 4 years at this point. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and put this in my empties because I don't know if this will start breaking me out because simply of its age. So I'm gonna like put this in my empties, and I'm going to keep these, losing it, keep the other 2 to use pretty frequently. I love this powder foundation. It is the best on the market. I love to use a puff with it. That's how I've been using it since I got the Sassy and Chic puff, and since I got the One Size puff that I just also put to the test against each other in my Dollar Tree dupes video. Sorry to keep bringing that up, but I was so excited for that video. So yeah, anyway, so I'm going to keep these to use, and I'm going to go ahead and put this in my empties, even though it's not fully empty. So this is the Juvia's Place powder foundation. I originally was going to keep this, but ultimately decided after this portion of the video that I didn't actually need it because it's not something I love enough to justify keeping it, so I ended up decluttering it, and honestly, it's in really good condition, so whoever gets it next is going to get a near perfect, almost new powder foundation. So the e.l.f. powder foundation, Camo powder foundation, is one of my favorites to set my face during the summer especially. It's a little bit heavier, but it holds your makeup so well. I have it in 2 different shades. This one is obviously my self-tan shade. This is in the shade Light 210N. And this is in the shade Light 201N. This one is pretty new. Oh my gosh, am I just dropping everything? This one's pretty new. I haven't used it since last summer because I've really been in a love affair with the Essence powder foundation, which we're going to get to. But I am going to keep both of these because these are definitely going to come out some more during the summer because they are a little bit heavier duty than the Essence one, and I like that for the summer because I do sweat, so the powderiness that this leaves goes away pretty quickly because it's so hot and humid where I live. I live in Alabama, by the way, so that gives you an idea of the heat and humidity index here during the summer, and it's just about that time to whip these out and use these pretty exclusively, so I'm going to keep these. So like I said, I love the Essence powder foundation. I have it in a self-tan shade. This is the shade Natural Suede, and I use that a little bit less than I use the lighter shade I have. This is in the shade Bright Beige. So I love these. Like I said, I use the e.l.f. one a little bit more in the summer because that one's heavier duty, but I do also like to use these in the spring, and sometimes during the summer if I don't need that extra hold, I probably will. So these will probably kind of go to the back of my drawer as it's hot, but I will be whipping these back out because I pretty much use these now exclusively during the fall, winter, and spring. So most of the year I'm using these. The e.l.f. one I more so reserve just for the summer. So this is the e.l.f. No, this is not the e.l.f. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear powder foundation. This one's not even open. This was my favorite for a while. If I'm remembering right, it's very similar to the Fenty powder foundation. I tried these against each other a while ago, like a long time ago. But this one has not even been opened. Like, I have not opened them because I think it's been put kind of away since I've been loving the e.l.f. Camo one and the Essence one. So this one is pretty much brand new. I'm going to declutter it so somebody else can love it. It's beautiful, but I just like the other ones better. So this is the Maybelline Super Stay Powder Foundation. This one's not open either because I didn't even remember buying this. Isn't that sad? Oh my gosh, don't make fun of me. I'm making fun of myself. Actually, you can make fun of me because I am making fun of myself. We'll just all make fun of me. I cannot believe I have never ever used this. I'm gonna be honest, normally I would want to keep this to try it out, but it's not opened. I have an idea of some of the people in my life who may like this. It's also, if nobody picks this out of the box, I'll let them go through. Once I finish my declutter today, then I'll donate it. It'll be unopened and pristine, ready to go for somebody else to use, maybe at a shelter or something. So this is the LA Colors powder. I don't even remember how to open this. There we go. Very thin. As you can see, it's pretty thin in packaging, pretty flimsy. The shade's too dark. This looks like a communion wafer. I thought this was fine for what it is, but it's not one of LA Colors' best products. It's very flimsy. I really don't reach for it a ton, and so I'm gonna go ahead and pass it on for that reason. This is the Huda Beauty Glowish powder. I want to actually really kind of start using this in the fall more. In last season or whatever, last year's Declutter series, I hadn't even tried this. I had had it for a while, hadn't even tried it, and I really started to use it during the fall and winter. I'd kind of interchange it between the Essence powder foundation and then this is just a powder. I do have drier skin, especially in the drier months, so it's nice to have a more dewy option or a glowier option for when my skin is a little bit drier, but I also want to set my foundation with something. So I'm going to keep it for that. I don't know necessarily if I would repurchase it because I do like the Essence one so much, but I am going to keep it, try to use it up. It's just kind of up in the air if I would repurchase it. This is the Haley's Retouch Loose Powder. I forgot I had this. I really enunciated the word forgot, but yeah, I forgot I had this. And I feel like that just pretty much shows how I feel about it. I'm pretty meh about it. Like, I don't think it's bad, but I don't have any desire to keep this because it's still pretty full and somebody else could really love this, and I have other loose powders I prefer over this, so I'm going to declutter it. As you can see, I have quite a few of the L'Oreal Infallible Loose Setting Powders. The reason why is this has been discontinued. I don't know why they're doing this, but L'Oreal and Maybelline have been discontinuing some of their best products. This was easily one of L'Oreal's best products. This one's just about done, so I'm going to finish this up. I kind of bulk purchased them. Let me just drop everything today. I did bulk purchase them because I knew I was going to want to have them on hand, and I want to kind of keep using them for as long as I can, but you cannot buy these anymore, which is awful, and I don't know why they did that. I have two of the Maybelline Fit Me powders. This one I'm currently using. This is the one that I bought for when I run out. I'll use both of these. I love them. I have it in the shade Fairlight, which is perfect for me when I'm both self-tanned and lighter, so it's kind of a universal shade in that way for me. So yeah, I'm gonna keep both of these. So the e.l.f. Halo Glow Loose Setting Powder in light pink has become a favorite for me recently. I really do enjoy it. It sort of reminds me of the L'Oreal Infallible one that I was just discussing that's been discontinued, except it's got a little bit more of a glow to it, and I really enjoy that. The only thing I'll say is I know people really like having a sifter in there. I would rather have one kind of like the Maybelline Fit Me. Let me show you. The Maybelline Fit Me is really kind of open, and I like that I can get as much powder as I want. That's definitely a personal thing because I know so many people prefer this sort of thing where you can kind of like, close it and you only have half that you need to use. I do like to bake occasionally, especially in the summertime, and if I don't have the more customizable way of doing that to where I can kind of have this full thing to take from. It is a little annoying, but I love this enough to deal with that and just work with it. It is so beautiful. I tried this when it had a black top, and it was not the same. This is much better, and I really do enjoy it. So these are both things I'm going to pass on because they are SPF powders that I've had for a very long time, and I have not worked through them, but they need to be thrown away because the SPF in there is expired. Like, I think this expired probably right after last year's Declutter. I do really like these. I do kind of hate that this is the lightest shade of the Can Make one. I think that's a little surprising considering Can Make is a Japanese brand, and typically they do pretty well, like Japanese and Korean brands do pretty well at having lighter shades. Not so well at having darker shades, so the fact that this is the lightest shade kind of shocked me. But I'm going to pass this on because the SPF is expired. Same goes for this one, the Supergoop Resetting SPF Powder. This is just zinc oxide. I really like this. It doesn't even look like I've used it, but I actually used it pretty frequently a couple years ago. I kind of forgot about it last year, which kind of sucks because now it's expired. I could see myself repurchasing it because I love the idea of just adding a little bit more throughout the day without actually having to physically put SPF, like liquid SPF on, like, you know, a sunscreen over your makeup. So this is a nice option for that, but I am going to declutter it and I'm going to throw it away. Kind of sad about that. That's my own fault, but like I said, I could see myself repurchasing that. Okay, so we're now to bronzers, and let's go ahead and start with the L'Oreal Lumi Bronze It. I love this one, especially for fall and winter because of the tone and the like luminosity of it. It's very softly, like a little bit luminous, and it's beautiful. I've loved this one for years, so I'm definitely gonna keep this. This is the Fenty Beauty Sunstalker Bronzer in the shade Into Sun. Another great shade. I cannot stop reaching for this. It's beautiful. It's such a nice undertone. Like, I wouldn't say it's super cool, but it's not super warm either, which is great for those people like myself with fair skin, so I'm gonna keep this one. This is the Sigma Matte Bronzer. I like this one, but I never ever reach for it. Sigma, once again, killing it with their packaging though. I just never reach for it, and I really need to pare my bronzer collection down, so I am gonna pass this one on. This is the Tarte Park Avenue Princess Bronzer. This is actually like a relatively recent purchase for me within the past year. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I had high hopes for this because of the undertone, but it just kind of fell short. Like, it's not bad, but I feel like this was great during its like heyday, and since then other bronzers have come out that I just like better. So I'm gonna pass this one on. I am shocked to say I'm decluttering this. The reason I'm shocked is because I do really like this and it's so expensive, but I just don't reach for it, and I have another one that is a dupe for it that I'm about to talk about that I use over this one quite often, so I'm gonna declutter this. So the one that is a dupe for that is the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear Bronzer. I have it in the lightest shade here, which is the shade Fair 200 Fair. Then I have this shade, which is my self-tan shade. This is the shade 300 Light Medium. Keeping both of these. Love these so much. So the Maybelline City Bronzer is the bronzer that got me into bronzer in the first place. I love this. It's so nostalgic for me. This is a newer one. I got rid of the older one because it had definitely gotten bad, but this is great, and I am going to keep it because when I've like run out of inspiration for what bronzer I want to use, I go back to this one, and every single time I'm impressed, and I love it so much. So this is the Nabla Skin Bronzing bronzer in Ambra. Love the shade name. This is a baked bronzer format, and I have heard so many people rave about it, but honestly, it does not really impress me. Like, it looks so much better in the pan than it does in my face. It kind of goes on splotchy. I've tried it so many times, and every time I'm left wanting more, so I'm gonna declutter it. So this is another bronzer that I have two different shades in, the Ulta Beauty Faux Glow Bronzer. I think it's funny that it's called that because it is not glowy in the slightest. Oh, I forgot how hard it is to open these. So it's really not glowy at all. It's a matte bronzer. So I have it in the shade light to medium and medium to deep, which is hysterical. This is a cruelty-free brand, which is really nice. I do really like this bronzer, and having two of them shows you how much I've loved it, but I haven't reached for it in a while, probably since the last Declutter Series, and that's my rule. If I haven't used it since then, I need to declutter it. So this is the Mented Bronzer in the shade Vacay. To me, this looks more like a blush shade, which is what I got it for, but it is a bronzer, so I put it in this portion of the video. I really reach for this. It's so soft and really pretty, but it is so pigmented, almost too much, that I don't actually feel inclined to use it. So I'm gonna get rid of it. I'm gonna declutter it. I need to clean it off before I give it to somebody else. But it's a beautiful formula, just too pigmented for me. The Revlon Skin Lights bronzer. Oh my gosh, this is one of my favorite bronzers from the drugstore, especially right now. I've seen so many people talk about it. I really love that shade. It's so easy to use, and it's got this luminosity to it that is just beautiful, and I cannot ever see myself decluttering that. Never say never. I just love it that much, and I reach for it all the time, and I love it so much. So this is the Cosmetics sculpting powder bronzer. I have it in this shade Slip. I love this. Love it. It's very similar to the Maybelline City Bronzer. Now that I'm thinking about it, is that a dupe for this? I need to try them against each other. I do really love this so much. Cosmetics kind of kills it when it comes to their like powder cheek products. I really tend to enjoy many of those. But I do really love this. Every time I come back to it, I question why I ever stopped using it. So I've got the Haley's Beauty Resculpt bronzer. It's more of a contoury shade in my opinion. I really like this, but not enough to keep it, and it's so lightly used that I think somebody else could really get some use out of it. I have it in the shade Light. I want to say it comes in like 3 shades, and I love the fact that Haley's, like the owner of Haley's, is like a chemist. And I tend to really like their stuff, but I just have other ones I'm keeping that I tend to like more than this. So I am going to declutter this, and maybe somebody else will like it. So this is the Uoma Double Take Sculpting Powder and Bronzer in White Pearl. You're like probably looking at that and being like, that is not a bronzer. It is, and it's great for those of you who have fair skin who want a really light bronze that sculpts the face without being so obvious. This was a favorite from last year, and I stand by that. Love it so much, and I am going to keep it. The NYX Buttermelt Bronzer really kind of took me by surprise. Like, I thought I was gonna like it, but I kind of underestimated how much I was going to. I have it in 2 different shades. I just got 2 different shades to try out because I wasn't entirely sure which would go best with my skin tone. And frankly, they both kind of go with my skin tone. This is definitely more of a fair shade. This is in the shade Buttercup. And then I also have it in the shade All Butted Up. And love this one as well. These can run a little rosy on your cheeks, so if you wanted to use them kind of as like a kind of as like a bronzer blush duo, and with a little bit of a luminosity, because it does have some luminosity in here. It's really nice for that, and I do really like it. They have a Buttermelt blush that's just come out that I have to admit I'm pretty tempted to check it out. So yeah, but I am going to keep both of these. So this is the LA Colors Matte Bronzer. This is phenomenal. I cannot believe how good this is. It's so like dinky in packaging, but LA Colors has been coming in hot with their bronzer, like their cheek products, so I really do like this. I do, however, think I'm going to declutter it because I don't need another powder bronzer. Like, I'll probably end up purchasing other bronzers to try out. So I think I am going to declutter this. So the Makeup by Mario Skin Enhancer is one that I really, really enjoy. Every time I come back to using it after I haven't used it for a bit, I wonder why I've stopped using it. And that is the sign for a great product that is well loved. So I'm definitely going to keep this. The Makeup Revolution Cream Bronzer used to be like my 2nd favorite, or maybe 3rd favorite. And since then, I have found other ones that are drugstore priced that I like more, so I'm gonna pass this on. This is the Tower 28 Sculptino Bronzer in the shade Broad. I like this. There is a dupe for it from Uoma by Sharon C that I talked about in a dupes video from last year. I like this, but have not reached for it pretty much since then because I just have other cream bronzers I like more than this, including drugstore ones, so I'm gonna go ahead and pass this on. I do have 2 of the NARS Laguna cream bronzers. This is one of my all-time favorite cream bronzers. That's why I have it in 2 different shades. My lighter shade, which is Laguna 1, and then my self-tanner shade, which is Laguna 2. This is the original one, the Laguna, like, 2 is. Love these. I don't think I'd ever declutter them. Once again, never say never, but I just love them so, so much, so definitely keeping these. This Danessa Myricks cream bronzer was the very first cream bronzer I ever bought. It got me into cream bronzers. So, so great. So easy to work with, but it's like 4 years old or something like that. Definitely time to throw it away, so I'm gonna get rid of this. Probably wouldn't repurchase it because I have plenty cream bronzers right now that I love. But if you're like, I am a beginner, I'm not really into the cream bronzer thing, give this one a try. I guarantee it will get you into cream bronzers. It's very, very easy to work with and so, so beautiful on the skin. This is the Charlotte Tilbury cream bronzer. So this is one that I really liked for a while, but I was going to declutter it in this series because I was like, it's just not as good as the other ones, until I tried it with a sponge, and I've been using it very frequently since then. It's really, really nice in that way. Actually shockingly nice, but I don't think I'd repurchase it simply because you do kind of have to use it with a sponge. With a brush, it's not as good. It's kind of like the Chanel cream bronzer, like the old formula of that, where that one really worked best with a sponge. This one's that way, but I would say the shade range on this is like better. I mean, shade undertone, not really the range is better, but the undertone. So I'm gonna keep this. If I don't use it as much throughout the next year, and I get to my next Declutter series, I'll declutter it then, because I do have other ones I love that can be used in both ways, but I have just been kind of on a kick of using this, so I don't want to pull it yet. So the Physicians Formula Diamond Bronzer, I thought this was a powder bronzer for the longest time. I mean, it's relatively new, but when I realized it was a cream one, I tried it out and have been loving it. So keeping this one. So the Catrice Melted Sun Bronzer is beautiful. It's like $7. And I'm gonna go ahead and say it now. These two, the Milani one and the Catrice one, are very, very similar, but the Milani one costs more and has less product in it. So something to be said for that. I'm keeping both of these because I'm thinking of actually testing them side by side to see if I could call them dupes. So keep an eye out for the next dupes video to see if now the drugstore has officially started to dupe the drugstore. So I actually have two shades of this. This is the Merit Cream Bronzer, which I love. This is in the shade Clay, but I also have it in the shade Quince. And I scoured my drawers and my office while I was setting this up over here, trying to find the other one. I have no idea where it went, but I'm gonna let you know I'm gonna keep this one. And if I ever find that one, I'm gonna keep that one too, because I love them so, so much. It's definitely up there with like some of my favorite high-end bronzers. It's right next to the NARS Cream Bronzer. This is the Rare Beauty Cream Bronzer in the shade Bright Side. I decluttered the original shade I had of this because I wanted to try this shade. Definitely a better shade match, but I don't really use it that much. And I bet my sister-in-law would love to have this, so I'm gonna pass it on. I've got the Glossier Cloud Paint Bronzer in the shade Sail. Just recently put this up against the LA Colors Cream Gel Bronzer, and I think these are dupes enough for me to actually return this one. And I'm gonna keep this one because I actually really like this one, and frankly, I do like this one more than this one because it's a little bit more pigmented, but not too pigmented, where I don't think this one is pigmented enough and you really kind of have to build it up. And this one's $1.25. Just picked up this Winky Lux Cheeky Rose Liquid Sculpt. The applicator on this is so satisfying. I love this shade, and I literally just got this probably about 2 weeks ago and have been loving using it, so I'm gonna keep it. Here we are at blushes, and this definitely needs to be cut down by at least half. Like this, looking at this overwhelms me, so let's just go ahead and get started. These are the Tarte Amazonian 12-Hour Clay Blushes. I have this in Risque right here, and also in the shade Seduce. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, have not used these since the last declutter. Maybe I did once, but never ever have a desire to reach for them, so let's go ahead and declutter these. We've got the Ulta Beauty Mineral Blushes. Love these so, so much. Use them very, very frequently. This one I love to use in the fall and winter, so I definitely want to keep both of these. Then we've got the Sephora Colorful Blush. Very pretty. This is in this shade Self-Made. I'm gonna be honest with you, I like the Ulta Beauty ones better than this. I feel like they're easier to work with, and I am more inclined to use those, so I'm gonna go ahead and declutter this. This is the number 7 Powder Blush in Honey. Really, really pretty shade, but honestly, I have yet to reach for this over and over again. I reach for it like once in a blue moon, think it looks fine, but never really touched it again, so I'm gonna go ahead and declutter this. So I've got the Essences, the blush. Love these. This is the shade Bespoke and Befitting. I definitely wanna keep Bespoke, because this is the one I reach for the most. It's got a little bit of luminosity to it, and I love it. So I'm gonna keep this one for sure. Do I wanna keep this one? Okay, I'm gonna put this in the maybe. We'll revisit it. These are the Catrice Air Blushes. This one's a little bit of like a combo shade in Cloud Wine. So cute. And then I have Spice Space. I never really reach for these. They're good, but I just never really reach for them over and over again. That's kind of the problem, is some of these are so good, and like this is a beautiful shade, but as you can see, like a brush has barely touched either one of these. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass these on. This is the Joa Air Light Blush. I actually like this, but it is so pigmented that every time I reach for it, I always go in a little too heavy-handed by accident. Then I have to sit there and blend it out. So because of that, I just don't feel myself wanting to reach for it a ton, so I'm gonna go ahead and pass this on. So this is the ColourPop Pressed Powder Blush in the shade To The 10. Beautiful shade, but I'm gonna be honest, I had like a little bit of a love affair with it for a second and then just stopped using it completely. And since then, I just haven't like had this like desire to reach for it a ton. And it's still pretty new, so I want to pop it. I literally just read that. So I want to pass it on and see if somebody else will like it more. So this is the L'Oreal Age Perfect Blush. They, of course, discontinued this, which is so frustrating. I did find a dupe for it, so that's great. I am going to keep this though because I love this so much. So this blush, I like this line, the Infallible Freshwear Blush line. I do feel like their shades are a little limited for like fair skin, probably deep skin too, to be honest. This is the best shade I could find, and truthfully, I like it, and I really only use this shade for when I am self-tanned. So I'll keep it for when I'm self-tanned, and if I don't use it a ton by the next declutter, I'll get rid of it. So this is the Essential, oh my gosh. Hold on. Okay, I got it. So this is the Essentially Ageless Blush. This is by Be Pure. You can get it at the Dollar Tree. This is the dupe for this. Just put them head to head in one of my latest videos. Different shade, but same feel and everything. I think I'm going to declutter this one though, because I am going to keep, do I want to declutter it? Actually, I don't. Okay, I'm going to keep this one for now. The packaging is dingy, as you can see, so be very careful. It's trying to come off again. I'm going to keep this for now because I do still use it. We'll kind of reevaluate this by the next declutter. I wish they would kind of up the packaging just a little bit to where it wouldn't fall apart. So this is the Milani Rose Powder Blush in Romantic Rose. So pretty. You know what? I just recently bought this actually last year, and I do want to keep using it. First of all, the actual carve, I'm trying to, what's the word? Something. Embossment, is that the word? Anyway, I do really enjoy this. It's one of my favorite matte blushes, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep this. We've got the Bare Minerals Bronzer. This is in their like permanent edition packaging, the limited edition ones in gold, and then I have the highlighting blush. These are kind of both like hybrid products. I don't really like either of these, to be honest. I find them powdery, and I don't understand the hype with the bronzer at all, like at all. So I'm decluttering both of these, never ever reach for them, and I don't get the hype. So this is the Almay Healthy Hue blush. This is one that's quite overlooked, and it's so gorgeous. Actually, you know what? I'm looking at these shades, and these are so similar, so I don't need to keep both of these. Okay, I think I'm gonna declutter this. I'm a little heartbroken, but I think I'm going to declutter this because I like this one more, and I like the other L'Oreal Age Perfect blush more. Still highly recommend this, and could see myself repurchasing this if they had like better shades, but I'm going to declutter this, and I'm going to keep this. Okay, I'm proud of myself. Okay, so this is the Nature Republic blush. I really thought that I was going to like this more than I do, but I tried it a couple times, and I'm really not overly impressed at all, so I'm going to declutter this. So this is the Persona Super Blush in Caramel. It is gorgeous, one of my all-time favorite blushes. Definitely keeping this, and it's so compact, so it's great for travel. So if you take anything from this video, take this. This is the M Cosmetics Heaven's Glow Blush. I have it in the shade Baroque here, which is the original shade I got, and the shade Rococo. Beautiful shades. This one's like a deeper version of this. Got this one for my self-tan skin because I missed being able to use this, and my skin was just far too dark to use this, so I got this one. I love both of these. If I were to declutter all of my other blushes and keep these, that would be totally fine with me. These are my all-time favorite blushes. So this is the new Rare Beauty Luminous blush. I have it in the shade Hope, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I initially decluttered this, but since filming this video, I caught wind of a recent launch from a much cheaper brand that looks like it could very well potentially be a dupe for this. So I actually pulled this from my declutter pile, and I'm keeping it for the time being to test against that other product that I also just ordered to see if in fact it is a dupe. Overall, I think this is a beautiful blush, but I will say I do find it to be very luminous, almost to the fact where it may be too much upon initial application, and you may find the need to kind of tamp it down with your powder brush.
and to me that's just too much work for a high-end blush.
All right, you know what? I have thought about this one enough. I'm taking it out of the maybe pile, and I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the Declutter. Gorgeous blush, love this one, but prefer the other shade more. All right, so this is the RMS Maiden's Blush. Maiden's Blush, I didn't enunciate that very well. So beautiful, it's in the shade, I don't even know what shade this is in. Anyway, it's gorgeous. I do really like this one, and I haven't used it a ton, so I want to hold on to it for now. So we've got the Essence Pure Nude Baked Blush. I've got it in 2 different shades, Shimmery Rose, which is this one right here. And then I have it in the shade Goldie Cassis. Oh, this is so beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you right now, decluttering the Shimmery Rose, keeping Goldie Cassis. So I have the Matte Glow Play Blush in Beach Please. This is like a cream to powder. It's a very interesting formula, and I'm not obsessed. I'm not obsessed with this formula. I've tried it, and I want to love this more than I do, but because I don't, I never reach for it. I'm going to pass it on. So then I have the Makeup by Mario Soft Pop Plumping Blush Veil. It's the longest name ever. This is in the shade Barely Blushin'. I am going to keep this one because this is a cream blush I go back to and really enjoy. So Sigma Cream Blush, wanted to love this more than I do. It's fine, and actually I believe I gave it a pretty good review in makeup reviews, but when I evaluate the other ones I have and put it against powder blushes, it just doesn't hold a candle, so I just don't really reach for it. Gorgeous packaging though, so I always give Sigma kudos for packaging. So I'm gonna go ahead and declutter this though. So this is the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin blush. This is in the shade, what shade is this? Rose and Brunch. Love the shade. Don't really reach for it a ton. Honestly, I just don't reach for it a ton, so I need to declutter it. I liked it for a minute, was really kind of raving about it, but since then, like, it's kind of fallen to the back. So next we've got the Charlotte Tilbury Lip and Cheek Glow. I really like this. I have a dupe here. Shout out Be Pure. I've got a dupe. They're so similar. I'm not opening that the right way. The shade does not look exactly the same in the pan, but this one translates more like this one looks in the pan. So when they go on the face, they look so similar. So there they are, kind of swatched next to each other. The Charlotte Tilbury one's on the right side and the Be Pure one's on the left. I don't need to keep both of these. If you want this one or like this one and you're like, I need a cheaper alternative, try this one out. It really is so similar. So I do highly recommend this one, but I don't need to keep both, so I'm gonna keep the Charlotte Tilbury one simply because I spent more money on it. I'm just gonna be honest, and I do really love this. It's one of my favorite products from Charlotte Tilbury, so I want to keep this, and I am going to declutter this. So I've got 2 of the Milani cream blushes. I've got the shade Nude Kiss, and then I've got the shade Merlot Moment. Love the names of these. I don't need to keep both of these though, I'm gonna be honest. I rarely reach for this. I definitely kind of make myself reach for it in the fall and winter, but I just don't reach for it enough to keep it. So I'm gonna get rid of this one, but I am gonna keep Nude Kiss because I really do love this one. So we've got the Tower 28 Beach Please blush in the shade Magic Hour. It's coming across very nude on camera. So pretty. However, I don't really use this very much anymore. Haven't used it pretty much since last declutter, kind of the same deal as I was dealing with the Tower 28 cream bronzer. So I am gonna go ahead and declutter this. This is the Violet FR, or Violette FR, I'm sorry, Bisou blush. This is something that they accidentally sent me. Like, they sent me somebody else's order. They said I could keep it because they couldn't take it back. They couldn't send it to the person. I tried it out, never really touched it again. I also got a highlighter in that same package that they accidentally sent me. But I've used this like once or twice. It's nothing special. It's not bad, but it's nothing special. So I'm gonna go ahead and declutter this. So once again, we've got the Glossier Cloud Paint Blush next to the LA Colors Cream Gel Blush. Tried these out in that Dollar Tree Dupes video that I keep bringing up, and they are close enough for me to consider them dupes. Going to return this one because it's still in the return window, and I'm gonna keep this one. So this is the number 7 Lip and Cheek Tint. This is like a liquid blush. I haven't used this in a while. I just never really see myself kind of gravitating towards this. It's fine, but it kind of disappears when you blend it in. It's not bad, but I just don't think it's great, so I'm gonna go ahead and declutter this. So then I've got the Kaja Whipped Dream. This one I've had for a while. It's one of those things that's like, you can put it on your cheeks, you can put it on your eyes, you can't put it on your lips. I tried that and it did not work, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I haven't reached for this in a long time. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of it. All right, so as you can see, we've got the e.l.f. liquid blush, the Rare Beauty liquid blush. I think that the e.l.f. one is a Rare Beauty dupe. I don't want to keep most of these, I'm gonna be honest. I do think I'm gonna keep this one, the Camo liquid blush in, what shade is this? This is the peachier one. This is the shade Peach Perfect. I want to keep this one, kind of get some use out of it. These are not my all-time favorite blushes, but if I'm gonna keep one and just continue using it, I definitely like this one the most. And honestly, I'm gonna go ahead and declutter all of these. They're just so pigmented. The Peach Please one from e.l.f. is just the easiest one to use, and I do end up really enjoying it. But these, they're so pigmented, and you know what? My sister-in-law probably would love the Rare Beauty ones, and she may even love to take the e.l.f. one as well. I think these are great. They do exactly what they say they're gonna do. They claim to be very pigmented. They all are, but that's just not my speed, and the Peach Please one that I'm keeping is definitely the easiest one to work with, so I'm just gonna go ahead and declutter these. All right, so we're at highlighters now, so let's just go ahead and get started. This is the Give highlighter. This is the Check My Glow highlighter in Platinum Cowgirl. It's got these grids. It's really such a beautiful, nice, subtle highlight. I really enjoy it, but I don't feel the need to keep this because I have a dupe for it that I use over this, so I'm gonna go ahead and declutter this. The dupe for it is the Essence Pure Nude highlighter. You can see how much I have loved, used, and abused this, so I love this so much. It's very similar to the Give Beauty one because it gives the same look. Of course, it doesn't look the same in the pan, but it really is the best and the exact same as that, so definitely keeping this. So I recently purchased the Essence Pure Nude Sunlighter, which is kind of overlooked next to the highlighter, but I was thinking I could use this as a highlighter for when I'm self-tanned because I love that lit from within highlight that the Pure Nude highlighter gives, but I can't use that shade when I'm self-tan because it's too light. So I want to try this out. I just got it. I have high hopes. So the Essence, the highlighter, this is good, but when it comes to comparing it to the Pure Nude highlighter, I just never reached for it, so I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of it. So the Revlon Skin Lights highlighter, I've kind of been battling if I want to keep this. It's a little bit more blingy. I mean, I can't use this when I am fair. I strictly got this for when I'm self-tanned. I'm gonna put this in the maybe right now. We'll revisit it in a second. I just don't know. I like it, but I'm definitely more drawn to a more natural highlight. So we've got the Sigma highlighter in Savannah. This one I really like the formula of, but I am not a Goldie highlighter person. I think I want to try their shade Twilight, but I really do like this formula. I just don't reach for it because of the shade, so I'm gonna declutter this. All right, so I've got the Rare Beauty Exhilarate highlighter, or the highlighter in Exhilarate. This is once again a very poppy highlight. I never ever reached for this. I did find a dupe for it, so I'll talk about that in a second. But because I never reached for it, I'm gonna declutter it. It's just a little bit too blingy in my opinion. So the dupe for it, though, is this Moira Dreamlight highlighter. This one I have in the shade Reckless Love. It is literally the same as the Rare Beauty one and way cheaper, and frankly I think the packaging on this is so beautiful as well. So I think it's a great dupe. Definitely highly recommend it for that. Still gonna declutter this one though, just because once again not my speed with the finish, just a little bit too much for me. So then I've got this Milani Strobe Light highlighter in the shade Afterglow. This is hilarious that they call it that because it is not strobing at all. It's very subtle, it's beautiful, but I still think I'm going to declutter it because the the Essence Pure Nude one is very similar to this, still cheaper, and I still reach for that one more. So then we have the Essence Sunscape highlighter in Clarity. I forgot I had this until I was getting ready to film, and I did say earlier that did I call it Essence? I meant obviously M Cosmetics if I did call it Essence. The M Cosmetics cheek products are so good. I do really like this. It's just a little bit too glam for me, so I am gonna pass it on. So the About Face Light Lock Powder Highlight, this is in a fun shade. The shade is Stars on Fire, and I love this for a little bit of a more, I guess oomphy highlighter that's still not super oomphy, and I love the shade for when I'm self-tan, so I am gonna keep this. So the Catrice More Than a Glow highlighter, oh my gosh, I think this thing is falling out. Yep, it just fell on my floor. Okay, so
Gonna get rid of this. I'm so mad right now that I just dropped that on my carpet. Next we have the Catrice Sungasm highlighter. It's so gigantic. It is really pretty. I just dug my finger in there. I'm really having problems today, but it is really pretty. I just haven't reached for it in a while, and there's still so much in here, so I'm gonna go ahead and pass it on because I'm sure somebody would like it. So the Sephora Luminizer in Rose Glow is not rosy at all in my opinion, but it is a beautiful highlight. I've really been loving this. It's pretty new to me. I think it's pretty new overall, but it's pretty new to me especially, and I've really been enjoying using it, so I am gonna keep it. Then we've got the Ioni highlight, the Subrilliance de Visage Brighten and Shine Golden Glow highlighter. Saw this recently, dug my finger into it because it's so hard to open. This is a beautiful natural highlighter. I love this. Absolutely love Ioni as a brand. Such a killer brand from Dollar Tree. Definitely gonna keep this. It's really, really new to me, and it was $1.25, and it's such a beautiful lit from within highlight. I love it. So let's talk about the Fenty Beauty, what is this called? Yes, Kilowatt highlighter. I adore this. I mean, truly, I adore it so, so much. This NYX Born to Glow one is a dupe. I think it's still available. I don't think they discontinued it. Can't say for sure right now off the top of my head, but it really is like, they are the same. I kept both of them last time because I love them both so much, but I really do need to just pick one or the other. So I think I'm going to keep the Fenty one, and I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this one. So then I've got the Treloose Beauty highlighting duo. This is a cream over here and powder over here. I think this is beautiful. I really do like it a ton. I recently got it, as in like within like probably the past 7 months or so, and it is so beautiful. I reach for it quite often, so I'm gonna keep this. All right, so let's talk about the About Face Light Lock highlighting stick. This is one of my favorite products from About Face. I've got it in this lighter shade right here, which is what I'm holding, and it's the shade Please Indulge Me. And then I also have it in this deeper shade, which is right here, Greek Tragedy. I keep them both. One is for my fair shade, one is for my self-tanned. I pull them out all the time and love them so much. They're so easy to work with. So the Kiko Milano Radiant Touch highlighting stick, it's nice, but it's so hard to see on the skin. Like, it's almost too natural to where you can't detect it. So for that reason, I am gonna declutter it. So then I've got the Merit Highlighting Balm in Kava. This is okay. I really liked it for a second, and I really enjoy Merit overall as a brand, but I just think I like the About Face ones more, and I reach for those over this one all the time. I haven't touched this one in probably about a year, so I'm gonna go ahead and declutter it. So this is the highlighting stick that they sent me with the blush I mentioned. They accidentally sent it to me by accident. This is truly just not great at all. It's so like splotchy when you swatch it and when you put it on your face. By the way, it's the Bomb Shine highlighter from Violette FR, so I'm just gonna get rid of it. Okay, so the Flower Day Glow highlighter is the first like cream highlighter I got in this format, and I liked it for a while, but I never ever reach for it anymore, so I'm gonna go ahead and pass it on. This Winky Lux Strobing Balm, they discontinued this, which was the dumbest idea in the entire world, because look at that, it's gorgeous. You can still see the other one. Let me wipe that away. It's gorgeous. I cannot believe they discontinued it. I'm not getting rid of it. I just love it too much. I've got two of the e.l.f. Halo Glow highlighters. This is in the shade Champagne Campaign. Love it. Gonna keep it. Beautiful. And then this is one they accidentally sent me in Liquid Glow. Even for my self-tan shade, it's just too gold. It's too golden, so I'm gonna get rid of this. Then lastly, I've got this About Face Light Lock Fluid. This is a liquid highlighter that I really do love. It is so, so pretty. I'm not actually usually a liquid highlighter person, but this is too beautiful, and I use it all the time when I'm self-tanned. I don't quite have a shade that works for me for when I'm a little bit fairer, like my natural skin tone, but when I'm self-tanned, it's so beautiful. All right, so we've made our way back to the Revlon Skin Light highlighter. I think I have decided actually to keep this only because I just don't know for sure if the Essence Pure Nude Sunlighter is gonna work quite for me for a highlighter yet, so I want to keep this one just in case. If I end up liking the Essence one more than this, I will declutter it. All right, so the last category of face stuff is like these combo palettes or things I didn't quite know where else to put them, because maybe they're blushes, bronzers, or highlight, or like this is really confusing because it's a contour stick, but it's not a contour shade. So let's just go ahead and get through this.
we've got the Natasha Denona My Dream Cheek Trio palette. I love this. I am not usually a palette person when it comes to like blush, bronzers, and highlights. Usually I like individual pans. This is an exception. Love this so much. It's got a cream blush, cream highlighter, and powder highlight, and I love it so, so much. One of Natasha Denona's best products, so definitely keeping this. This is the Re-Love by Revolution Contour Palette. This is like the cheapest brand inside of Revolution, like Makeup Revolution's brand. You can get it at Walmart for like $3. It's got a bronzer slash contour shade, a highlight shade, and a blush. It's really, really good, but I just don't find myself reaching for it very much because, like I said, I'm not a huge palette person. So I do think I'm going to go ahead and pass this on. This is the e.l.f. Blush Duo. This is in the shade like Scheme Lychee. I haven't reached for this since last declutter. This is great, but I just don't find myself pulling this very much, so I am going to go ahead and declutter it. So this is the Essence Kissed by the Light. I love these. These are the illuminating powders. You've got like a more blushy one here, a more bronzery one here. I don't actually think I want to keep both of these because I don't need to, so I think I'm going to go ahead and pass this one on and keep this one. This is in the shade scheme Sunkissed. It is a little bit more bronzery, but there is a little bit of a blush tone to it as well. So I'm going to keep this one, and I am going to declutter this one, which is in the shade Starkissed. Still really beautiful, but it's been used a little bit less, and somebody else can really love it. I highly recommend both of these, though. They're so, so good. So then we've got the Ulta Beauty Cheek Squad. We've got the blush on top, the highlighter in the middle, and then the bronzer on the bottom. Love the concept of this, but never reach for it. I just don't. Like, it's not that it's bad. I like the formula enough, but not enough to keep it because of the format itself. So I'm gonna go ahead and declutter this. So we've got some Subtle Beauty stacks. This is like their thing. Subtle Beauty loves to stack. It's so easy to work with. Love the eyeshadow in here though. That's pretty much why I held on to it for so long. But you've got all these different products. You've got powder on top, highlighter in the middle, eyeshadow, and then bronzer on the bottom here. Really, really cool idea. And then I also have this is like a lip balm. Oh, I forgot to get the top. This is, ooh, that's like a really weird looking, oh, I think this went bad. Oh, this is like disgusting looking. Okay, so I'm gonna get rid of this one because the cream blush looks gross. But yeah, really cool idea. I just never reach for these. So I'm gonna get rid of this one, pass it on, and I'm gonna throw this one away because it's looking like it went bad. Lastly, I've got this LA Colors contour stick that's not a contour stick. It's, I don't even know. Like, I use this as like an eye primer. It definitely like comes out. So I'm gonna just throw this away. I like the idea, and I've heard really good things about the contour stick in like different darker shades, but this one's just not it, and it's not good enough for an eye primer for me to like want to keep. So I'm just gonna go ahead and declare this. So here's the stuff I'm getting rid of versus the stuff I'm keeping. I definitely am keeping more stuff, but I am happy with what I've cut. I feel like I really got rid of stuff that I'm just not using, and that's pretty much the goal here. And this stuff that I'm keeping, I use pretty frequently, so I can justify it enough to keep in my collection. Of course, we reevaluate every year, so we'll see what goes next year, but I'm satisfied with what I'm keeping, pretty happy with the amount I'm getting rid of. I'd say all in all, I did pretty well. So that is it for the face makeup portion of this declutter series. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it was a long one, so if you stuck around through the entire video all the way to the end, you're amazing, and I so appreciate it. We had a lot to cover, and you know, it's hard to go super fast when you're trying to give like reviews on products when you have so many products. So if you did stick around, thank you so much. Even if you watched part of it and you're not even watching this portion of the video, I appreciate it regardless. But I would say overall I'm pretty happy with the amount I got rid of. I wouldn't say it was quite half. I do think I kept a little bit more than I got rid of, but I got pretty close to half, so I'm pretty happy with my progress there. Of course, like I was like mentioning throughout the video, this is like a thing I do once a year usually, so if I don't use something by the next declutter, I don't use it enough to justify it, it will be cut out of my collection next declutter series. So it's very, like, I kind of like the system I have set up. I hope you guys enjoyed the format of this video, and we'll come back for the next 2 episodes, which the next one will be eyes, and then lips will be the final one. And I hope you guys will come back for those because honestly,
I really love doing these videos, and I like to do them alongside with you guys. Like, if you also want to declutter during these videos, that's what I like to do during declutter videos, or I just like to binge them when I clean. So obviously this video came out on Friday, and if you're wondering, the next video is coming out Tuesday, which is May 28th, and then the next video will be next Friday. So just in case you're wondering, I'm spacing them out pretty evenly, so you don't have to wait like full weeks. Usually I only upload once a week, but I'm wanting to space these out pretty evenly so you don't have to wait forever if you are interested in seeing the rest of the series, which I would love for you to come back for. But yeah, I do hope you guys enjoyed this video and thought I did a good job. Let me know in the comments if you think I could have done better, or if you did in fact think I did pretty well given what I'm working with here. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, hit that notification bell down below so you don't miss out on my next declutter episode, which like I said is coming out on Tuesday the 28th. And also subscribe if you haven't already. I would love to have you become a part of my family over here long term. We are growing and it's exciting and I'm loving every minute of it, and I would just love to have a little family over here on the internet that just keeps getting bigger, and we'll have like a community together. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. Also, if you haven't checked out the rest of my channel, definitely do so. If you are in the decluttering mood and want to check out last year's series, definitely go check out that playlist. I'll link it below. But also check out the rest of my channel if you haven't yet. I do declutters, organization videos, I do beauty videos, I also do some lifestyle. So we have a little bit of an assortment over here, and if you like what you see, definitely hit that subscribe button like I already said. But for now, that is it. So I will go ahead and wish you the best day, not just a great day, have the best day. And I will see you guys again on Tuesday for the next declutter video where we will tackle eye makeup. I will go ahead and see you guys in the next video. Bye.